There we go. Okay.
Yes. Okay. It is 1:30. We'll call this meeting of the Education Subcommittee of Appropriations to order. The agenda being to review and have vote on the items that are a part of our subcommittee. We have a quorum of members present. So we will begin. We're going to go through and point out just the changes that are made to the governor's original presentation. And I can point out one, I think, change to what we had the last time we talked about it. Okay, beginning with Section 21, Early Care and Learning. On line 21-1-2, you see that we applied a reduction of $7,500. This was a part of their original request from the agency, and the governor did not take that, and we've added that back in. That is the only change to the governor's request that we've made on early child care and learning. Any questions on that? Okay, moving on to Section 23, Department of Education. Line 23-1-1, the agriculture education, we reduced that cut from 2% to 1%, which meant putting back in $77,278, and also added language that's this is to reduce funds for operating expenses so that they would have more flexibility in where to apply those cuts in the ag ed section. And I think that is all on page 2. On page 3, if you look at non-quality basic education formula grants, this is where on 23.12.1 we agreed to restore the reduction to residential treatment centers in the amount of $76,628. The other thing that is shaded in that section is the $10 million for the special needs scholarships, and that's highlighted simply because it's being moved from non-quality basic education formula grants into the program itself. Nutrition is shaded only because we added in to show the federal funds that are a part of that. That's not new dollars, that's just to make it more accurate is the word you want, okay? More readable, acknowledge that those funds are there, $550 million. At the bottom of the page, equalization. This is new. This you had not seen the last time you saw these. $7 million is being added to that line. It will be distributed amongst systems who were slated to be reduced as a matter of the way the monies were divided up for equalization based on the current formula.
Based on
the new formula. The Commission's recommendation. Right. It's going against the system average rather than the 75th percentile. Any questions on so far?
Normally when we change equalization, we talk about winners and losers. Do you have a list of those?
There is a list of winners and losers, and that $7 million is being applied simply to those who were losers in that redistribution.
Is it making them whole?
No.
What portion of making them whole is it?
I don't have a percentage, but it's the minor percentage. Yes. Okay. Quality Basic Education Program 23.18. Line 2318.2 is the state special charter schools and that was reduced to $7,618,000, which is the amount that the schools were expecting, and based on the projections at the beginning of the year. The next line down is the adjustment for enrollment growth, and after they trued up the Move On When Ready and special ed scholarships, you see the reduction that is there from $87 million to $85,900,000+. And then 23.18.4 is the line where we put in money to pay for those House Bill 280 math and science teachers who failed to receive their funds originally based on a coding error when the CPI reports were given out. So we had talked at length about whether we could find enough to do the full settlement with those teachers, and that's what is in there, is the full, that they missed 2 years, 2 budget cycles of pay, and this will cover that full expense. The next line is the charter system grants, and that is to $2.8 million to fund the increased enrollment in the charter systems, and actually 1 or 2 new systems that were coming on. 6 new systems. Any questions? On page 5 of the tracking document. Risa, did I skip Risa? Oh, I did. I'm sorry. Risa's, we restored the cut to core services, $110,000, and added the language that says that it is the core services money that was being replaced. That leaves out still the cut to the ed tech centers. Now on page 5, 23.25.1, technology career education. That was originally slated to be a 2.4% cut. We reduced that to a 1.4% cut, and as we did with Ag Ed, added the language that it is to reduce operating expenses, leaving them the flexibility to apply those cuts where they felt like they needed to. There were no changes to employees' retirement system. No changes to the Professional Standards Commission and Office of Student Achievement, and also no changes to the teachers' retirement system. So that concludes all of the changes that we made and that were made subsequent to that. Are there any questions? We have a motion for due pass. Is there a second? We have a second. Again, any discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, like sign. Motion carries, and we'll move forward with the due pass recommendation. Anything else to come before this committee? Hearing none, this meeting is adjourned. Now you're going to ask me a question. Turn this thing on.